Coco Gauff faces early threat as Jelena Ostapenko and Jasmine Paolini lurk in Dubai with world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka and number 2 Iga Swiatek withdrawing from the Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships. Jelena Rybakina inherits the top seed and, along with the other top 8 seeds, receives a second-round bye. Yet Coco Gauff, seeded third, presents a formidable challenge. The American now faces intense pressure as she navigates her Middle East campaign. After receiving a first-round bye, Coco Gauff will face either Jelena Ostapenko, a Qatar semi-finalist, or Anna Kalinskaya, who reached this week's quarterfinal, in the second round, and if she progresses, 14th seed Emma Navarro could be a potential third-round opponent. The path remains challenging, with top players waiting in the draw. A quarterfinal clash with Jasmine Paolini is possible. However, Paolini would likely need to get past Alex Ila, who plays a qualifier or lucky loser, and 10th seed Linda Noskova to reach the last 8. If Coco Gauff defeats Jasmine Paolini, she is likely to face Australian Open champion Jelena Rybakina in the semi-finals. Coco holds a 1-0 head-to-head record against Rybakina. Their only previous encounter was at the 2022 Canada Open, where Coco won a tight 3-set match. That victory gives her confidence going into another high-stakes clash. Although Coco did not perform well in Doha this week, she will still gain ranking points. This will allow her to return as the top-ranked American female tennis player on Monday. Following her Australian Open quarterfinal exit, Coco had dropped 2 ranking spots, falling to number 5 in the world. The Doha results now help her climb back. Amanda Anisimova began the WTA 1000 season ranked number 4. Last year, she was Doha's defending champion and had many points to protect. However, Anisimova retired in the second round of the Qatar Open, causing her to drop 2 spots in the live rankings. The defending champion's early exit allowed Gauff to move back into the top 4. Coco, who also had a first-round bye in Doha, suffered a surprise second-round loss to Elisabetta Cacciaretto. Despite the defeat, she has taken key notes from Doha as she gears up for yet another Middle East Masters swing. Coco Gauff shares key lessons from early Qatar exit after a disappointing Australian Open. Coco Gauff had hoped to get her season back on track in Doha. However, things did not go as planned. She lost to lucky loser Elisabetta Cacciaretto. This marked her second early exit in a row. Before Doha, Gauff had won all 6 sets she played against Cacciaretto. Yet in Qatar, she fell 6-4, 6-2 to the world number 57. Despite the loss, Gauff told reporters she was not too discouraged. She noted that her results during last year's Middle Eastern swing were also not strong. "I mean, I was really confident to start the year off, so I don't really know if it's that," Coco said. "Today I was feeling good going into the match and confident. I don't know, obviously my last match in Australia wasn't good, and then today wasn't good either. I think I am just going to try to learn from it and hopefully do better in Dubai." Gauff admitted there were a few positives from the Doha loss. But she felt encouraged by how her serve performed during the match. Her serve has been an issue in recent seasons. The 2-time Grand Slam champion said she hit fewer double faults this time, which gave her some confidence. "I thought my serve was pretty good today. I got broken a lot, but I feel like that was more my ground strokes than my serve. Whereas before, I felt like it was a lot to do with my serve. So that's really the only positive I think I can take from today," Gauff stated. She will look to build on this improvement at the Dubai Tennis Championships, starting Sunday, February 15th. With a tough draw looming, the question remains, can Coco go deep in Dubai and stabilize her Middle East swing? Fire the rising drama in Dubai. Coco Gauff confronts a challenge before the first ball is even hit in the shimmering courts of the United Arab Emirates, with the Arabian sun cascading across Dubai's hard courts. A story larger than many matches is unfolding. At this year's Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships, a tournament with a storied history and fierce competition, Coco Gauff has become the focal point of an early pressure cooker. Far from the relatively comfortable paths that top seeds sometimes enjoy, Gauff, the 3rd seed, finds herself facing potentially treacherous obstacles before she even reaches the tournament's deeper rounds. 1. A tournament without the top 2, but not short on threats. This year's Dubai draw is strikingly open. World number 1 Aryna Sabalenka and world number 2 Iga Swiatek have unexpectedly withdrawn from the event, reshaping expectations and nodding to opportunity for others. With those giants absent and Elena Rybakina assuming the top seed, the pathway to the title might seem, on paper, somewhat more navigable, but only on paper. Behind the calm facade of seedings lurk fierce competitors who specialize in chaos, and two in particular stand out as looming threats to Gauff's campaign: Jelena Ostapenko and Jasmine Paolini. Tennis. Jelena Ostapenko, dangerously unpredictable. Ostapenko is not a typical opponent. She's a player who blends explosive aggression with the ability to flip the script in moments, an artist of unpredictability. A roller coaster style that demands respect. Consider this: Ostapenko's game is built on blistering ground strokes and fearless shot-making. She plays with abandon, often scaring off opponents who expect structure and measured rallies. When she's on, especially during big moments, she can dismantle even the most consistent players. That very unpredictability makes her a nightmare in early rounds. No matter her seed or recent form, the threat of an upset is real because she plays every ball as though it's an opportunity to swing for perfection. A real first hurdle for Gauff in Dubai. Gauff's second-round match could be against Ostapenko or Anna Kalinskaya. The challenge here is strategic, neutralizing Ostapenko's sheer firepower. For a player like Gauff, whose strengths include remarkable court coverage and consistency, the key to victory lies in weathering Ostapenko's storms and forcing errors through defensive resilience. But that's easier said than done. A player like Ostapenko thrives on volatility and thrives when the opponent looks tentative. Fire. Jasmine Paolini. The calculated threat. Paolini represents a very different danger. Where Ostapenko is chaotic and explosive, Paolini is strategic, relentless, and tactically astute. A rising contender who makes you work. Paolini's form over the past season has been eye-catching. She won significant matches at high levels and has proven herself capable of cruising past top rivals. Even as she's battled inconsistency at times, her tenacity and shot selection make her a threat in any week where confidence and rhythm align. The mechanics of her game are built on precision and tactical pressure. When Paolini finds her footing, she relentlessly builds points, tests weaknesses, and exploits any tactical softness. She doesn't overpower opponents, she outsmarts them. A possible quarterfinal roadblock: if both Gauff and Paolini advance in Dubai, they could meet in the quarterfinals, a matchup that could be as much a battle of strategy as of skill. Gauff's athleticism and power versus Paolini's steadiness and shot construction would create a compelling and potentially decisive encounter. Globe showing Europe-Africa what this means for Gauff's Middle Eastern swing this period of the tennis calendar.